Welcome back to Dialysis Chair Chats. This is Anne-Marie Duggan. I'm a registered dietitian and I'm the clinical education specialist for Pentec Health. And today we will be discussing managing sodium intake. March is National Nutrition Month, and it's also National Kidney Month. As nutrition plays such an important role in staying healthy when you have kidney disease, it only seems appropriate to focus on nutrition and kidney health both in the same month. Most people living with kidney disease have been advised to follow a low-sodium diet. Reducing sodium helps to control blood pressure. And if you're on dialysis, lowering your sodium intake will also help you to reduce thirst, which can make it easier to control how much fluid you drink and retain between your dialysis treatments. Gaining less fluid between your treatments helps to keep your heart healthy and also helps you to feel better during your dialysis treatments too. So how much sodium per day is recommended? A safe intake of sodium is less than 2,300 milligrams per day. And most sodium doesn't come from your salt shaker. It comes from packaged, processed, and fast foods. Usually foods with a packet or sauce also contain a large amount of sodium. So let's review some healthy shopping tips to choose foods that are low in sodium but still high in taste. Choose fresh or fresh frozen whole foods whenever possible, without added salt or preservatives. Cook at home as much as possible. Fast food and restaurant foods are usually very high in sodium. Make your own homemade soups using unsalted stock, herbs, and spices, and freeze it in individual portions instead of eating canned soups and ramen noodle packets. You can always make fresh rice or noodles to add to your soup when it's ready to defrost and eat. Make sure you read labels. Many times, different brands of the same food have different sodium levels. A 5% daily value is considered low sodium, and 20% or more is considered high. In milligrams, a low sodium food is considered less than 140 milligrams per serving. So remember, the goal is to consume 2,300 milligrams of sodium or less per day. When reading a label, check to see what a serving size is. For example, a serving of low-sodium soy sauce is 1 teaspoon for 197 milligrams of sodium. But if you use a tablespoon, now you've eaten 3 times as much sodium, or 591 milligrams. And if you still have some canned foods to use up in your pantry, you can drain the liquid from the can and rinse the contents with water to try to lower the sodium content. One note of caution is to avoid salt substitutes if you're on a potassium-restricted diet. Most salt substitutes are very high in potassium. So if you've been used to eating foods with sodium, how will your food now still taste good? Well, the good news is your taste buds will eventually adjust to eating low-sodium foods. In fact, it takes 6 to 8 weeks for your taste buds to adjust. And once they do, when you do eat a salted food, it'll now taste too salty to you. So by using some creativity and a variety of herbs and spices, you can still prepare healthy, low-sodium meals that have lots of flavor. Some cooking tips. Try cooking with fresh garlic, onions, and peppers to add lots of flavor without sodium. Try making your own salad dressings with olive oil, balsamic or red wine vinegar, and your favorite spices. Place in a shaker bottle and store in the refrigerator so it's ready to use. A favorite of mine is a ginger sesame dressing using olive oil, a teaspoon or 2 of sesame oil, some unseasoned rice wine vinegar, a little squeeze of agave, and some fresh ginger and garlic. Another tip is you can use vinegar in place of salt. For example, slices of cucumber with your favorite vinegar, a little olive oil, and fresh dill can substitute for pickles. Start an herb garden. You can use your windowsill in winter, or you can buy an indoor herb garden with a light. And try growing your own fresh basil, thyme, rosemary, parsley, and cilantro so it's ready to use whenever you're cooking. Another tip, when you buy scallions or green onions, you can save the bottom root ends and place in a glass of water. Then plant, and you'll have fresh green onion to snip whenever you're ready. You can also try many of the different commercial sodium-free seasoning blends, or you can make your own. For example, you can make your own taco seasoning blend with cumin, chili powder, smoked paprika, garlic powder, and onion powder, and a pinch of cayenne pepper if you like spicy foods. You can keep this mix in a little container and have it ready whenever you want to cook with a taco seasoning. If you would like more tips and recipes and ideas, you can visit the National Kidney Foundation's website, which is www.kidney.org. And if you would like more tips on how to read the nutrition facts label, you can visit www.fda.gov. And of course, be sure to speak to your registered dietitian at your clinic for more tips and how to personalize your kidney healthy diet just for you. So we hope you've enjoyed this podcast and that you're able to use some of these low sodium tips to make your food taste great.